Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger with an exciting new story of real life in the Old West. In eastern Nevada, hunger drove man against man and brought death as the Indians continued their race to prevent starvation. Peace could come only with plenty. In August of 1873, two ranchers and an Indian chief set out to help nature provide for all. With a strange cargo, they began their mission to the mountains.
Well, this is as far as my orders take me. Rest is up to you.
We'll manage somehow, Sergeant.
Going into those mountains alone, in Indian country.
Everything in life is a risk. We got a job to do.
Well, I'm glad it isn't me that's got to do it.
I guess you've never been hungry. Well, I've seen people fighting for scraps of food. We've had a famine for years. It's taken a lot of good people, white and red, made animals out of them. Killing animals.
Mister, you ain't gonna cure the troubles of a whole world with a couple of barrels of fish.
We don't intend to, Sergeant. Just gonna try to fill a few empty stomachs. Can't do much about empty heads, though.
Those big fools.
The governor seemed to think it was important.
What does he know? Sitting behind a desk getting fat. Let's get out of here.
Long ways up there. Hope we can make it.
Of course we can.
Must reached up. Great Spirit set us on this path.
Those mountains, they seem so cold and unfriendly.
Depends what you want from them. We'll camp here for the night.
Pa, when are we going to stop wandering and settle down?
When we make our strike, that's when. I ain't been looking for a bonanza half my life to quit now.
Yes, Pa. Whatever you say. What is it?
Tracks. People ahead of us and moving in the same direction. They got mules, too.
It doesn't mean they know about the gold.
What else they got mules for? They're packing in mining equipment. You mount up quick.
No good.
5 barrels ruined in the past 2 days. Well, we'll just have to keep changing the water. We gotta save some of them.
Chow's ready.
Come. Food make trouble go.
That's not quite as good as his wife makes.
A hungry man, it do.
You know, George, you're gonna make some woman a tremendous cook. Kima, how long do you figure it'll take us to reach the headwaters?
2 days, maybe?
How many left?
Well, it's 7. You know, maybe that sergeant was right.
We must not fail. Too much good for your people and mine.
Well, I hope that great spirit of yours is still listening.
He listens. Fish and vinegar barrel's still good.
Hey, you know he's right. Even though we scrubbed all the barrels clean, there was something in those syrup kegs that killed the fish.
Could be. We haven't lost any vinegar barrels yet.
Say, wonder what would have happened if we'd used whiskey kegs.
Oh, no. Fish and firewater don't mix.
We saw your fire.
Well, I'm sure glad you stopped. I'm Henry Schmidtline. It's my brother George and our guide, Takima.
Howdy.
Didn't know there was anyone else in this part of the country.
Well, I guess we're both kind of surprised. We're headed for the top of the Reese River.
Is that so? Well, glad to know you.
Glad to know you, sir.
Name's Crandall. This here's my daughter, Ellen.
Howdy, ma'am.
Won't you have something to eat? We got plenty left.
Yeah, we might do that. I'll unsaddle the horses.
I'll help, Pa.
I can manage.
Well, we'll help you, sir. Why don't you lead the lady to the banquet?
You come on with me. I'm going to introduce you to some of the finest stew this side of the Mississippi. Can I get you some more to eat?
No, thank you, Mr. Schmidtline.
Well, I can't see as I blame you. Listen, I'd feel a lot better about it if you called me George. I mean, if we're going to be traveling together, it seemed kind of funny you calling me Mr. Schmidtline all the time.
I'll try and remember.
You mean to tell me you're going all the way up the headwaters of the Reese just to plant some barrels of baby trout?
That's right.
Expect a sane man to believe that?
Well, the people need food. The ranchers need clean, fresh water. Trout will give us both.
Why go all the way up to the top? Dump them in here.
Well, we want them in all the tributaries.
I've heard of crazy schemes, but that one takes the prize.
You've never faced a winter of starvation.
Yes, I have. I've been hungry all my life. That's why I'm looking for the stuff that buys dreams. And in my book, it ain't fish.
Well, those fish over there are worth their weight in gold. They'll bring peace and plenty to this whole area.
I'd rather have the real stuff.
Well, Mr. Crandall, there's some things that even gold can't buy.
I never heard any.
I think it's very noble of you to be doing this.
There's nothing noble about it. It's a question of survival. About time the ranchers and Indians got together to help each other out on something.
Oh, do you and your brother have a ranch?
We've got almost 1,000 acres. 300 of the most beautiful white-faced steers you've ever seen in your life.
Oh, sounds wonderful.
It is. Lord sure bless this part of the country. But it was a lot of hard work.
It's a home.
Well, you sound like you've never had one before.
I've had one. The mountain and the deserts. Any place Pa got it in his head to scratch for gold.
It's kind of a lonely life for a kid like you.
I'm 18.
You don't look it.
Well, that's because I never had a chance to dress up proper. Every time we got ahead, Pa spent it on another grub stake.
Did he ever find any gold?
Oh, just enough to whet his appetite and keep us on the move. At times it's months before I see another human being.
Ellie, you're still young. You got plenty of time.
I know what I want.
Ellie! What are you doing?
Talking, Pa.
I was just showing her the fish.
Well, you leave her be. She's got work to do. And I don't take to her mixing with strangers.
Pa.
Go on, get.
Now, hold on just a moment, Mr. Crandall.
I'm not going to have my daughter getting any crazy ideas.
Well, you know, seems like to me you're just kind of shooting off your mouth over nothing.
Ellie's not going to have her head turned. Not while I'm around to protect her.
Wait a minute. Oh, what's wrong here?
Well, Mr. Crandall here seems to think that I'm taking an overly friendly attitude towards his daughter. Maybe you can talk some sense into his head.
Sorry you feel that way, because George usually doesn't start any trouble.
There won't be any trouble, don't worry. I'll see to that.
George, don't let him get under your skin, huh?
Well, imagine a sweet kid like that having an old buzzard like him for a father. All we were doing was talking.
Well, maybe it was the way you were looking at her, huh?
What's the matter? You crazy too?
Come on, George.
I don't want to stay here, Pa. I can't.
Get the bedrolls.
Please, Pa, not after the way you embarrassed me.
You'll stay and you do what I tell you. You think I'm buying that story about them fish? Not on your life, I ain't.
But it's true.
Why? Because that pretty-faced young fella told you so? They know there's gold at the headwaters, and that's what they're after.
They don't want your gold. Can't you understand that?
They ain't no different from anyone, so I'm taking no chances. We'll stick right with them and see. And I don't want that young fella sniffing around you.
Pa, sometimes I hate you.
Now get the bedrolls.
George, I want to apologize.
Forget it.
George, you don't think I'm much of a woman, do you?
Well, I really hadn't given it much thought.
There, you see?
Look, Ellie, we up here to get those fish in the mountains. I haven't got time to think about anything else.
Would it be any different if we were back on your ranch?
You want me to tell you the truth? It'd take me just about one night to lose my mind over you.
Would you really?
I'd throw a big party and we'd dance till dawn.
I don't even know how to dance.
We'd fix that. You name it. The waltz, Virginia reel, I'd teach them all to you.
And I'd have a new dress. And my hair, it'd be up in ribbons.
Yellow ribbons.
And that's what I'd wear. Yellow.
Of course, I might not get much of a chance to dance with you with all the hands buzzing around you like you're the queen bee or something.
Oh, no. I'd only dance with you.
You better get back before your pa comes up here. Guess they've gone.
Yeah, well, maybe it's better this way.
Sure kind of hate to see her go.
I thought you said she's just a kid.
She is.
Look, if you'd gotten serious about her, Crandall will just give us a lot of trouble. We haven't got time for things like that, huh?
Yeah. Come on, let's get out of here.
Come quick!
There's still some fish left.
Four was left in the 1K. George, get some water. Why? Why would Crandall want to do this to us? I just don't understand.
Come on. We still got some traveling to do. You fixing to mope along like this all day?
Oh, Pa, why don't you leave me alone?
Sure. I'll leave you alone. Get in some trouble with that young upstart.
Pa,
Oh, don't pa me. I pulled out of there for your sake. Like, why do you suppose I want the gold, just for me?
I don't want it. Can't give me what I want.
That's where you're wrong, gal. You get no respect unless you got money. Now, that's the truth, and don't you forget it.
What am I gonna do? Sit by myself and count it?
You'll be one Crandall folks are gonna respect. I'll see to that.
Thanks, Pa.
Two more dead. Maybe water not good.
How many we got left?
Oh, 30 maybe.
That enough?
They live. They swim without spirit.
Jimmy, we just can't give up. We just can't. We've got too much at stake. Let's try to reach the headwaters today.
We get good water first.
George, saddle up.
What for?
Well, you got some riding to do.
Yeah, well, I just unsaddled.
Well, saddle her up again.
Fish, fish, fish. Been living and smelling them for days. It's getting so I taste them.
Let's try bringing some water to him, George. George, you forgetting the horse.
Man in love not happy. Like fish out of water.
Pa, what are you gonna do? Why do we stop here?
Get the other rifle and the rest of the ammunition.
What for?
Don't ask questions.
I want to know what you're gonna do.
Protect my claim, that's what.
You're gonna shoot them down in cold blood.
If I have to.
They're just coming up here to dump some fish in the river.
Huh. They ain't got no fish.
What did you do?
Never you mind what I did. You just take my word for it, they ain't got no fish. And if they come up here now, they're after that gold for sure.
How do you know there is any gold? It's just another one of your hunches.
Get the other rifle and the ammunition.
headwaters over next ridge.
Well, I've been waiting to hear. Let's go.
You gonna sit here all day?
Maybe.
Well, I'm riding back down.
You're going no place.
Please, you're hurting me.
Then do as I say.
I won't stay here and watch you murder 3 innocent men.
Then you do think they're coming.
I don't know what to think. I just know I've had enough of this kind of living.
You've had enough. What about me? I done it all so things will be different for you. There. What did I tell you?
Pa!
Nobody's taking my gold.
Oh, no!
Get back!
Seems a shame Tokeem ain't got a headstone for folks to remember him by.
There's no need. People in these parts of Nevada, they won't forget. They'll remember him as long as the water keeps running in streams like that.
Pa spent his life grubbing for gold. And all it got him was a lonely grave. We hardly stayed long enough to call any place home.
Well?
You will now, Ellie. Let's go home.
Crandall's dream ended beside the headwaters of the Reese. But for George and Ellen, it was just the beginning. Soon trout filled the streams of eastern Nevada. Birch Creek, Ophir Creek, and as far off as the Roberts Creek country. But they say that fishing is best along the banks of the Tokeem.